Now the muscles of the posterior abdominal wall. As we had done the muscles of the anterior abdominal wall, external oblique, internal oblique, transverse abdominis and the rectus abdominis. In the same way we will be doing the muscles of the posterior abdominal wall. When we do the dissection of the body from the posterior side, then first of all skin will expose skin, then superficial fascia, then deep fascia. Then these we will come across these four muscles. See this yellow one, this is the iliacus. This green muscle is quadratus lumborum. This is psoas major, this one, and this is the psoas minor. These are the four muscles of the posterior abdominal wall. Now we will be proceeding one by one with all these muscles: origin, insertion, nerve supply and action. First of all, quadratus lumborum. This is quadratus lumborum. It arises from below and it is inserted above. Insertion is the action, please. First of all, the origin. It arises from the transverse process of the fifth vertebra, then is iliolumbar ligament and adjoining 5 centimeters of the inner lip of the iliac crest. This is the inner lip of the iliac crest. Then this is the fifth lumbar vertebra and this is fifth lumbar vertebra and iliolumbar ligament. This is fifth lumbar vertebra and this is the iliac crest, inner lip of the iliac crest. This is the origin of the quadratus lumborum. Remember, it rises from below and it is inserted above. Then it is inserted into the transverse process of the upper four vertebrae. These are the upper four vertebrae, 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is inserted into the transverse process of the upper four vertebrae and it is also inserted into the medial half of the, this is the 12th rib, this is the medial part of 12th rib, this is the lateral part. This is inserted into the medial half of the 12th rib. I again repeat, the origin is from below. It rises from the inner lip of the iliac crest and the fifth lumbar vertebra and iliolumbar ligament, and its insertion is into the upper four lumbar vertebrae, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and it is inserted into the medial part of the 12th rib. This is the 12th rib. Next is the nerve supply. Nerve supply of the quadratus lumborum. It is ventral rami of the spinal nerve, T12 to L4, and its action, it fixes the last rib during inspiration so that the contraction of the diaphragm takes place more effectively. So it is helping in inspiration and helping in the contraction of the diaphragm, and this also helps when the pelvis is fixed. It may cause lateral flexion of the vertebral column. So these are the actions of the quadratus lumborum muscle. Of the posterior abdominal wall, it is psoas minor. This is psoas minor muscle. Origin of this muscle is from the side of the body of the T12 and L1 vertebra. This is from the side, arises from the body of the side of the body of the T12 and L1 vertebra. This is psoas minor muscle, and it is inserted. The muscle ends in a long tendon. This is ending in a long flat tendon, and it is inserted into the pecten pubis. This is pecten pubis. This is pubis. This region is the pecten pubis. It is inserted into the pecten pubis and the iliopubic eminence. This raised part is on the junction of the ilium and the pubis is called iliopubic eminence. This is psoas minor, origin from the body of the T12 and L1 and insertion into the iliopubic eminence or the pecten pubis. Next is the nerve supply of psoas minor. It receives branches from the spinal nerve L1 and action is, it is the weak flexor of the trunk. Next muscle of the posterior abdominal wall, third muscle is the psoas major muscle. It has main two origins. First origin is from the anterior surface and lower border of the transverse process of all the lumbar vertebrae. These are 5 lumbar vertebrae, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd and 1st. This arises from the anterior surface. This is the anterior surface of all the vertebrae, anterior surface of all the lumbar vertebrae and lower border of the transverse process. This is the anterior surface of all the lumbar vertebrae and lower border of the transverse process. This is the transverse process and the transverse process of all the lumbar vertebrae. Second, it forms 5 slips. one each from the body of the two adjacent vertebrae. See here, these 5 slips, and each of the slip is formed by the adjacent 2 vertebrae. This is first slip formed by the first and second. Second slip is formed by the second and third. Third slip is formed by the third and fourth. Fourth slip is formed by the fourth and fifth. And fifth slip is formed by the, these are the slips, 5 slips formed by the body of the adjacent side of the 5 lumbar vertebrae. Then is the insertion of the muscle. This muscle, these 5 slips then pass behind the inguinal ligament. This is the inguinal ligament. They cross the inguinal ligament and go in front of the hip joint to enter the thigh. Then these pass through the thigh and enter into the, these cross the hip joint and enter into the thigh, and it receives some of the fibers of the iliacus and it is inserted into the anterior surface of the lesser trochanter. This is the lesser trochanter of the femur. So this is psoas major. The nerve supply of psoas major, it receives nerve supply from the root of the spinal nerve L2, L3 and L4, and action is with the iliacus muscle. It acts as a powerful flexor of the hip joint, as in raising the trunk from the lying to the sitting posture. When somebody is lying and gets up to set up, this position is held by the iliacus, and it helps in maintaining stability of the hip joint, and it balances the trunk while raising. Third is, when the muscle of one side acts alone, it brings about lateral flexion of the trunk on that side. These are the actions of the psoas major muscle. Next muscle is iliacus muscle. This is iliacus lying on the side. This muscle is iliacus. This muscle rises from the 2/3 of the iliac fossa. Ilium has 3 parts. This arises from the, this is the iliac fossa. It rises from the 2/3 of the iliac fossa, inner lip of the iliac crest. This is the inner lip of the iliac crest, and the ventral part of the sacroiliac and the iliolumbar ligament, and upper surface of the lateral part of the sacrum, and it is inserted into the lateral part of the anterior surface of the lesser trochanter. This is also inserted into the lesser trochanter along with the psoas major muscle. Now its action, this iliacus, it receives branches from the femoral nerve, and its action is along with the psoas major. It also flexes the hip joint, that is, it also helps the person to sit up while lying in the recumbent position.